Twice and 39.
With your fees on, that is £1,100 over cap clean. You ever get a feeling it's never going to be your day? £1,200 overbooked for that.
36 is the SD4.
Absolutely ridiculous. Right, before we start today's video, need to talk to you about the latest Car UK raffle. A new car is up for grabs, and this one is something really, really special. Arguably, one of the best cars we've ever offered for raffle, which is this outstanding 1995 Rover Mini Cooper SPI. This is an out-the-box example. I cannot stress how good a car this is. Now, we picked this up from a prestigious classic car auction. It is a out-the-box example. It actually come from Japan originally. It's been imported, fully restored. It is in unbelievable condition and it's been specced up to high heaven. You do not want to miss this one. With lots of extras on there, including air conditioning, which was fitted to Japanese vehicles, completely solid underneath, stacks of history. This is arguably one of the best examples you will find. And it can be yours for just £1. It is a £1 raffle once again of an alternative cash prize on this one of £6,000. So you can have the Mini, believe me, you want the Mini, or if you don't want the car, it's a £6,000 cash alternative. This Mini belongs in a museum. It is stunning. A car that is going to go up in value, I can assure you of that, and is going to make your friends and neighbours extremely jealous if you are a lucky winner of this Mini. Now, to get your tickets, you need to get yourself in the link description below or in the comment section, or you can use the QR code on screen now. And it is just £1 to buy a ticket. You only need one ticket to win, but you can buy bundle offers as well if you want more chances of winning. So buy a ticket for £1, or you can buy £5 or £10, £15 or £20 worth of tickets. On the bundle offers, the more tickets you buy, the more free tickets you get. So for example, spend £20 the maximum and you get 100 additional free tickets, giving you 120 goes at trying to win that fantastic Mini. So if you want a chance to win this absolutely stunning Mini, one of the best examples you will find out there, then get yourself in this draw. Also remember as well, by getting involved, you will also be helping out charity on the back of it. We've given away thousands and thousands of pounds to charities, local and national, including Hopes and Beams, a children's charity based here in Crewe that help out kids with learning difficulties and disabilities, get involved with sport, and also support the families as well, and people with dementia. They do amazing work. We love supporting them. Thousands of pounds have gone to them already this year on the back of our draws. So you'll be helping out charity on the back of it. Plus you might win that fantastic Mini or a £6,000 cash alternative. So find the links in the description where you can get involved for the latest Car UK raffle draw and get your tickets today. Hi there, welcome back to the Car UK channel. Right, today's video, we're going to be looking at some auction content of a couple of trips I made to auction recently, which demonstrates and shows you how ridiculous car prices have become over the last few months in the auction sector, because at the moment it is really difficult for most traders to get hold of stock, and I myself am suffering with this problem. And the reason being is that the prices, it would appear, in the halls and the auction halls where we're going, are rising considerably. Cars are going way in excess of the guide prices, or cap prices we call them, which stands for current auction price. Also was known as Glasses Guide, was an alternative a few years back. Along with Auto Trader as well, these are sort of the main price indicators that dealers use when obtaining stock to see what it's currently worth and what they might be able to retail it for. I say those guide prices are being absolutely smashed at the moment. Hundreds of pounds over cap clean, or even in some cases thousands of pounds. And these are for cars that are not even clean in the first place. So these are bang average or below average cars doing way in excess of their guide prices. And I'm going to show you some clips today of a recent trip, as mentioned, demonstrating how ridiculous that it has become, and maybe later on we can discuss what is causing that. I want to get your theory on that as well and your comments, and I'll let you know what my opinion is on that as well. But first of all, let's get ourselves into the action. So I went to G3 Auctions and Aston Barclay on the same day in these clipped videos here, trying to buy some stock for myself and for a customer of mine. We had about 9 or 10 vehicles down that day. It didn't go particularly well for us, and as you can see from these prices, it might quickly become apparent why that is the case. Anyway, let's get straight into the action and show you this. First off, a Range Rover Evoque that I was looking at. Nice little Range Rover Evoque, but it did have problems. This is a 65 plate Evoque 2-litre diesel that had, crucially, bad paint. So although it looked reasonably clean, it needed a bonnet painting because it had bird shit marks basically all over it, and it burnt the paint off, and also the quarter as well. So it needed probably the best part of £400-500 worth of paint. So we call that like a cap average car, so it's like an average price bracket. But that didn't stop it from doing bonkers money in the room. So we'll kick off with that one first. I'll show you some more clips from G3, and then we'll come back, and then I'll show you some even more absurd prices.
Good one to start with as well. 16 plate Range Rover Evoque, TD4 SE Tech, history S, 2 keys, logbook and a test, everything good about it. Where do you want to see it? 6,000, thank you net. 6 you in. 6,000, anybody got 6,000, anybody got 6,000 bid. That's great value. That's 6,000, anybody got 1 bid. 61, anybody got 2 bid. 62, anybody got 62, anybody got 62 bid net money. That's 62 to bid. Not a can't chance that. That's 62, anybody got 62, anybody got 62. Great one. That's 62. That's 6,000 to bid, anybody got 62, anybody got 62, anybody got 62 to bid. That's 62 to bid. All that bid then. That's 6,000 to bid, anybody got 62, anybody got 62, anybody got 62 to bid. Anybody else wants it? Do so now. That's 62 to bid. Yes, you can have a 50, John, if you're quick. Thank you, 50. He was quick,
definitely not grade 1.
At 60, we got 60,
nowhere near grade 1.
We're at 62.50. Well, if that's the best we can do, I'll hold it and I'll ring it. At 62, we got 62.50 to bid. We are at 62.50. Anybody else want to do it now? 3. 63 bid. Yes, it's fine. At 63 to bid. At 63 to bid.
I was thinking so like.
No, it's not your bid.
58.
At 25 in condition. At 63,
well, he's knackered, he wants painting.
At 63 to bid. Oh, you've been beaten now. 63.25. That's Mark. 63
might have to pay that mini quarter as well. Back appeal on that.
Come on, Wakefield. 63 and a quarter bid. At 63.50. He's in now. At 63.50, 75. 64 bid. 25. 50. 64.50 to bid. 75. 65. Adam, I think you've got your fingers stuck on the button. Stop it, thank you. 65.75 a bit. At 65.75. Mark and John, both out. You're in, Adam, don't worry. 65.75. I'm going to sell that. 65.75.
I'm not surprised.
Hold on at that. One's price it goes. Go on, you got it, Wakefield.
Way too much money in my view. Way too much money.
See? Stop it off.
A very ostentatious Focus ST, but it's a diesel.
Ooh, ST2 diesel, guys. Nice car, very nice car.
I wouldn't agree with that.
Alright. Loads of history. Sorry guys, I've got the world's cheekiest bit to start it.
It's got the standard door strip there in the door.
He does 6.5 grand.
From factory.
6.5 bid, 6.6 bid, 6.6 up in the hall, 6.7 bid in net. Don't be doing it, darling. 6.8, 6.9. Everybody coming in here, 6.9 bid net. 70 bid. Took the hall at 7, 71. Everybody now. 71 bid. 72. 73. 73 to bid. 74. 75. 75 to bid. At 75 to bid, we got 76 on bid. 77.
Wow.
78.
Still doing crackers
79.
money, that is. Absolute crackers money.
We're up to 81 on here, guys, the bastards. 81 online. 82 still in. 82 bid all bid.
I know.
83. 84. Out Carl at 84. 85. Thank you, 85 to bid. 85 to pound, but I got Carl's bid at 85. Zen, are you done? At 85 to bid. I'm going to sell it in the hall at 85. Both together, well played. 86, back in the hall. Sorry, Carl, you're out. It's not your bid, 87's Carl. Stop having a dig at me. 88. Now you're in, grumpy. 88. Sorry, Carl, you're out again. 89.
No lie.
9 bid. Hell of a second win. No from Carl. 9 out of anybody got 9 out of anybody got 9 and bid. All in at 9 and gets it. Once, twice. There you go, Grump.
£1,200 overbook for that.
36 is the SD4.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Everybody.
Persevering through.
On the 7 is the Audi A6 Avant TDI.
Nice Avant TDI on a 17.
Diesel also, very sensible on the miles.
It is £65.
Very sensible on the miles. Service history's with it. Well, that's a good sign that we're starting online at 85, I suppose. 85 on bid. £8,500, but anybody here can join in whenever they like. 86 we're up to 87. Mike with 87. Mike with 87. 89. 89, 9 bid. 9
way on the book. Way on the book.
9 1 a bid, 2 bid. 9 next 2 with a 9 3. Michael, your bid, 9 4 bid, 9 5, 9 6 online.
Climbing now.
9 7 bid online. £9,700 with a 9 7. 9 8. 9 8 I've got Chris, 9 9 is online. 9 9 with a 10 bid. £10,000 with a 1 bid. 10 1 bid, 2 bid. 10,000 2 bid, 3 bid. 10,000 3 bid, 4 5. Your bid, Chris. 10 5 with a all. 10-5 on bid, 10 next and 5 on bid. What about my rider? 10-5 I've got, 10-6. My rider, 10-6 I've got him, 10-6 on bid. Your turn, Chris, at 10-6, 10-7. 10-7 a bid now, but at 10-7. 10 next and £700 a bid. He's in the hall and selling at 10-7 a bid once. More than twice. That's yours, Chris.
Yeah, a lot of car. Lovely thing to drive as well, that.
Well, why Chris, you sure the Brabbers are not as bad as the Brabbers?
They're having a bit of a discussion whether it's a Brabus or not. One auctioneer thinks it is, the other doesn't.
It's had £8 worth of conversion on it. If you want to believe it, that's fine by me. I'm telling you, it is a Merc A45 AMG. You buy what you want to buy. It has got 11 stamps in each book, guys.
We'll put a question mark over the Brabus bit.
12-2 I can start at. Well, you might. 12-3 hold in. This could be fun. 12-4 net bin. 12-5. 12-6, not yet. 12-7. 12-8. 12-9. All bid 12-9. Oh, 12-9 you bid. 13. I thought it would. 13-1. 13-2. 13-3. Go on, Grumpy. He's in and out. 10-3 I'm at here. 10-3 to bid 10-4. 13-3. That's what I meant. 13-4 bid. Out the door at 13-4. He's outside the hall at 13-4. Are we all out of that? That's fair then. Let's get it sold. 13-4 but again to bid. Once, twice. Your man.
Right, there you are. There's a selection of vehicles from that morning at G3. And as you can see there, cars doing way in excess of the cap prices. Plus, that was only a small selection of actually what went through that day. It was no different. Anything at all that was in, I'm going to say not even clean, but reasonable condition. So we're still talking about cars that still need paint, still need all the prep doing to them. Might be scruffy in places. But if they've got any potential whatsoever, even if you have to throw a ruck of money at them, they were being bought up. And they weren't being bought up at the sort of money you expect to buy them, so average condition or below average condition. They were paying clean money and then more on top for cars that were not already clean in the first instance. And if you think that's bad, then look at what happened later on. So we then went on to leave G3. I'd say we came away with no vehicles for ourselves. We had a handful we looked at, didn't get anywhere near those vehicles, and we put in some strong bids, but it was because we couldn't get anywhere near them. Then went off to Aston Barclay, which is a few miles down the road. And I actually thought that we might stand half a chance at Aston Barclay's sale at Wakefield, because we had about 7 cars down on our list and we had some pretty keen bids. And usually we do all right at Aston Barclay's. So I was expecting not to come away with 6 or 7, but I thought even if prices are high, we should bag at least 2 or 3. We should bag at least 2 or 3, and maybe you might get one sensible. Let's see. Well, that plan pretty much fell apart with our first car we had to look at, which was a Land Rover Discovery Sport. Now, this was a pretty clean car, but it still needed a little bit of fettling to it. And we had a strong bid for it, just in excess of £5 grand, £5,200, I think we were bidding on it, which was a few £100 over cap clean. And I've already bought a couple of these earlier on in the year and actually got them at half decent value. So I thought we might stand a chance. Plus, this one was a 5-seater model. Most I've ever come across and have bought have all been 7-seaters, which is the more desirable model. I thought we might have a chance. Well, check this out.
£5,000 all day long. Wow. 51, 52, 53. 53 of the whole 4 events. 5, 54 on the next, 54, 54, 54 on the next 55, 6 on the next, 61, 61, 62, 63, 7 on the way, 4. Thank you, 60.
Currently £1,500 over book. Bonkers. £1,500 over cap clean for the car that was, it wasn't quite clean. I wouldn't say it was average EV. It was probably £4,800 on a normal day. But that day, normality went out the window. With your fees on top as well, that is approaching £6,800. So in reality, it's £1,800 over its cap clean price. For a car that you could picked up easily a few months ago, like I said, for probably £1,000 less even with all your fees in. But we ploughed on nonetheless, trying to buy some more stock. We looked at a Mitsubishi ASX, you can see here. We thought we might have half a chance with that, because an ASX generally are not as popular as some of the other 4-wheel drive vehicles out there. They didn't sell many of them. And with a guide price of roughly around £4,800 where it was at, we thought our bid at £5 grand, which was just slightly over again, should bag it. And we say we bought plenty of these in the past, even just a few months ago, at handy money. Absolutely absolutely no chance. Did way overbook, ended up costing around about 5,700 quid it would have worked out with all the fees. So I say way in excess of what it should have done. I then looked at some more Evokes and also some CX-5s. All them did way in excess of the cap prices, 500 to £1,000 overbook, plus fees on top. And then the final one, I thought, well, do you know what, we might have half a chance with this, because I've bought a few of these this year, although they are quite rare, is a four-wheel drive Vauxhall Mocha in white, so not probably the best of colours, booking at around 2,750 or 2,800 I think it was. We were going to go in strong at 3,100 quid, so we're £300 or £400 over, plus obviously fees on top. Surely we could come away with this one.
And the next one is a lot of 50, ladies and gentlemen. This one is the Mocha. This one a Techline four-wheel drive service history. Beautiful. Someone around that then chance should do the money. 2,400 quid, please. 24 bids over that time. Thank you. 25 got a minute. That's how you play the game. £3,000. Free bid. Top player. That one. 31, 32, 33, 33 on the pillar. 33. 34, 34, 34, at 35 on the net, 35, 35, take it.
Wow.
50, 35, 50, 35, 50, at 35, 50, 35, 50 bid. Yes, you're on it, 36 online, 36, 50 in the room, 36, 50 was a whole bid, 36, 50, yes, no John, at 36, 50, 36, 50 once, twice, and 39.
With your fees on, that is £1,100 over cap clean. You ever get a feeling it's never going to be your day? So, as you can see there, prices, and it's not just that day, because you could just say, well, that's just one day, maybe there was that day. This has been going on for the best part of 2 months. Last week I went to more sales at other auction houses. It's the same everywhere you go, pretty much. Anything at all that's got some legs is just doing astronomical money. People are paying over and above for it. And the question I think we need to ask is why? Why is it now, all of a sudden, that the prices in the auction halls are so high? Well, I think the answer is a whole host of different things. I don't think it's just one particular issue. The main issues I think that's driving it is that there seems to be quite a big demand at the moment, particularly the cheaper end of the market. So more your sort of under £5,000 obviously, but even stuff up to 10 grand, that side of the market seems to be doing really well at the moment. People are sort of turning away from the very expensive cars now and focusing more on just getting more cheapy runarounds, and that can extend from literally a couple of grand cars up to 10 grand. I think there's a bit of EV resentment as well, as some people who just do not want to get involved with electric vehicles. The uptake hasn't been taken up very well either. We've got record numbers of new drivers, lots more people are wanting to drive. Maybe that's having an impact on it. Even things down to even small things, even like immigration. If you've got lots of people coming in, want to drive, anything like that, new drivers coming on, it's going to affect the supply and demand of vehicles, particularly on the more budget end, I'd say. Like I said, I don't think there's one particular issue. It's a whole host of different things. The one thing that I will say, and I did mention this a couple of years ago in a video when I talked about prices, when we had the sort of last splurge of really high car prices and stuff was going up, was that I always believe that as we get close to 2030 and we get rid of, the government wants to get rid of combustion engines, that the demand for those older cars is going to increase and people want to hold on to them longer, and any vehicle that's got a sort of ounce of reliability to it is going to keep going up in value, or maybe not going up in value so much, but certainly the depreciation of cars is dramatically reduced. Cars don't seem to lose much value when they get sort of past the 10 grand mark now, whereas a car a few years ago could lose its value pretty quickly. It doesn't seem to be happening, or it seems to buffer when you get under 10 grand. I come across cars now that are pretty much the same price or not much cheaper than they were 4 or 5 years ago, or certainly before COVID. And one of the telltale signs of that, and I'm sure some dealers will be on here would have seen this themselves and talk about it, is that you come across, when you get a lot of part exchanges in, invoicing in the sort of packs, maybe people have left from when maybe they bought the car or someone else bought the car. And these are invoices from 6, 7 years ago. And you look at the prices of some of these cars you're taking in part exchange thinking, this is not much more than what I'm giving now. And the car's 6, 7 years older and has got considerable more miles on. That tells you everything you need to know about how prices over the last 4 or 5 years have barely declined at all. And any vehicle that's got any sort of life left in it, longevity, reliability, is going to hold its value far more than the car did probably 10 years ago. Anyway, that's just a few ideas I've thrown out there, and that might be causing a demand in the room, why dealers want to try and get hold of this particular type of stock. Look, at the end of the day, if they're still paying more money for it and selling the cars on, then that's great. But inevitably, it's an inflationary measure, isn't it? So eventually prices of cars will go up. There is one actual thing as well that gets mentioned in my videos. I'll talk about this briefly because I forgot to mention it, and I know someone will bring it up. There'll be people that will say the auction price is saw in the room is down to private buyers. Now, I don't believe that for 1 minute, because I go to lots of auctions. Most of them, in fairness, don't allow private people in. There are a few, but there isn't many. And the ones that do allow private people in, the reality is you might see 2 or 3 or 4 people who actually will buy cars on the day, and there'll be probably 100, 150 cars in that sale, and they're only ever going to buy one car and then leave because they've come for that specific car or whatever. So they're not really making a massive dent in the overall sort of uptake of vehicles from auctions, enough to cause those prices to rise. Yes, if you've got a private individual who wants to go and buy a car and he's up against a dealer, he could arguably pay more and he still get a saving. But they are a minority overall of the buyers every day at the sales. And like I said, you've got to find an auction that will allow private people in, which is quite rare these days. So I don't believe that. And I know it will get spouted in the comments. So I thought I'd better mention it as well, because that could be argued as a reason. But let me know your other thoughts. Say I may be missing something blatantly obvious here, and I want to know what your thoughts and feelings are on the subject of prices. Do you feel that car prices are going up? Do you agree that cars are not depreciating at the length they once were? And give me some examples as well. Have you bought something recently, or bought something a few years ago and it hasn't lost its value when you've come to sell it, or part exchange it, or lost very little value? Interesting to know your comments on that subject. Right, I'm going to leave it there, chaps. I am back at the auctions this week, and I'll do some more sort of conventional auction videos for you. Plus, as well, I've got another pitch update coming in the next few days, and I've also got some good feedback on the 995 challenge that I did with a little Corsa. I have hopefully another candidate coming up in the next week or so, so I'll definitely do another one of those videos soon for you. Plus, I've got a video coming as well on, without giving too much away, a MG Metro that I have bought, which is, well, proper kicked me in the bollocks, basically. But check out that one, because it's going to be a really interesting one, very slightly different content. Those of you who keep asking for more sort of garage content, look to working on the vehicles and taking them apart, we're going to certainly venture into that in that episode when that comes out, hopefully later in the week. So make sure you check out the content landing over the next few days. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe to the Car UK channel. And finally, don't forget, Raffle is now live for our outstanding Mini Cooper SPI. It is a beautiful, beautiful example. You will struggle to find a nicer one. This is a must-have, and it's only £1 to buy your ticket. I'm saying you could be the lucky winner of that Mini. It is guaranteed, by the way. There's no minimum ticket sales. There's no, if we don't get to X, I won't get the prize go. It doesn't matter. That car is guaranteed. If you buy a ticket, if you're the lucky winner, you will get that car. There is an alternative prize if you want it. So if you don't want the car and you win, then you can have £6,000. So say if you don't want the car, maybe you want £6,000 in time for Christmas, get involved in the Car UK raffle. And always remember as well, we give away thousands of pounds to charity on the back of these draws, helping charities like Hopes and Beams, a children's charity based here in Crewe, who do absolutely amazing work with disabled children and supporting their families. I and them greatly appreciate the support that you give them by getting involved in these raffles. So you say the link is in the description box below, or in the comment section pinned, or use the QR code on screen now. Where is it? There. So anyhow, I hope you all have a cracking week, and I'll see you all in the next one.